Get ready for the smackdown! Hey guys, welcome to Comic Book Club International presents Fan Panel. My name is Jaden and I'm not sure where Phil is. Phil? What's up? Really? We're doing this right now? And? Yep, that's better. Alright, you ready to start this video?
You know it.
Alright, so today we are going to be talking about the Doctor Strange official trailer, or well, the last trailer before it gets released.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I was really impressed with, the first trailer was great, and the second one just is really awesome. What did you think of it? Like,
when I first saw it, because I'm new to Doctor Strange, you know, I haven't really read up with the character. I know that he basically lost the use of his hands in a car accident, and, you know, he was a bit of a, you know, rude guy, but, you know, when I first watched it, I was like, oh, cool, but the second trailer just really got me hooked. I was like, wow, this is exciting, but you're obviously more of the Marvel guy, like, you know,
yeah. Well,
what do you think of it?
I think it looks great. Like, when I've been looking up the biography of Doctor Strange, you know, he was a brilliant surgeon, but his only thing was that he was so wealthy that got to his head, and then suddenly he was in a terrible accident where he lost the use of his hands, where every bone broke in his hands, and then suddenly he used all his money to figure out a way to get his hands back so he can become a surgeon, but then he ends up poor and living on the streets, and then that's when he goes to the Ancient One, which is the person who trains him to become he becomes a martial artist, and he becomes the magician, or Doctor Strange. And I really could see that from the trailer, that, you know, when he was lying in the bed with his hands wrapped up, I could really see that they were taking that origin story, they're actually going with that origin story, and even with, you know, Rachel McAdams as Christina Palmer, they have just announced that, as Dr. Christina Palmer, which I recently posted up a photo of that on our Instagram, and if you haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. And yeah, from what I've heard is that she had a bit of history with Doctor Strange, and I think that's going to be represented in the show in the movie as well.
They're like a love interest kind of thing.
I think so, yeah. Like that they've either had a past love history or they're going to have a future love history. I think it's I think we find out at the end. But so what do you think of Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange?
Oh, typical. The guy always gets the good-looking girl. Why does it always have... No, I'm joking. Benedict Cumberbatch. I love him. You know, my partner and I, we were watching Sherlock, and we absolutely love Sherlock. We sit down and watch it together, and, you know, man, just seeing him as Doctor Strange, you know, anything with Benedict Cumberbatch, I love, and I feel that he'll do incredible with this. And, you know, obviously I'm new to this myself. I don't know what's going to happen, or with the whole story, but you know, Benedict Cumberbatch, I think, yeah, anything that he portrays, he does his homework, and yeah,
it's really interesting you mention that, because I remember seeing all these posts made about him where he said that when he was studying into Doctor Strange, he felt like there was a strong, you know, even because in Doctor Strange there's a mystical, a magical, spiritual sense in it. He actually felt like he really connected really well when he was playing this character.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting. Like, I always find it so fascinating when actors who have never thought of comics, you know, they haven't read anything before, but then once they get asked to do a role, they really get into it. Like, they're just like 100% in it, and they just enjoy it so much, and then they end up saying that's the biggest highlight of their career.
Even, who was it? Like, it's a very similar thing, like, with a lot of actors that hop in these roles, and, for instance, Johnny Depp openly said that he would love playing Jack Sparrow till the day he dies. You got all these actors that just love the fact that they're them, and, you know, one thing I loved, you know, Val Kilmer, when he just took the role as the Batman, you know, he just signed the contract, and they're like, why did you just sign it? And he goes, so I could just tell my son I'm Batman. I'm like, that's pretty cool. And, you know...
Well, I think anyone would want to be like that. I mean...
I would sign to be Batman any day.
I really, I thought it was really interesting throughout even the Marvel movies. Like, I can't think of one in particular, but there's been a few times where they've actually mentioned Stephen Strange. They actually mentioned his name, but we never see him. So
yeah.
I think it was like a matter of time that we were going to see him in like one of the phases of the Marvel movies. I thought it was I thought it was really interesting how you know, they would talk about so many times. Like, I think one of them was like, oh well, you know, you got Stephen Strange and all, like, you know, mentions it out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, that's Doctor Strange. But, you know, they hadn't introduced him yet, so I'm just okay, I think this is a sign that, you know, this is going to be in the future, and I'm so excited that they finally have introduced him into the future and into one of the new movies that are coming out this year. And also, I really want to talk about the costume for Doctor Strange.
I love it.
I love it as well. You know, like
you showed me a lot of the images, and compared to a lot of the comic book series, yeah, I love it. It just looks so cool.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't think I've done a comic to film difference, but for you guys, I guess, you know, this one's a comic book one from Doctor Strange, and I guess this one is what Benedict Cumberbatch looks like. Definitely leave in the comments what you think of how he looks for it. If you think he's perfect, if you do like him, if you don't like him, just let us know. And
no, share what you think, and what do you expect for the future for Doctor Strange, and what do you think so far of the costuming, and, you know, above all, you know, you're really excited about it, but, you know, I'm still semi-new to it. I sort of have to watch it and more like read a lot of issues. And if you guys want to leave a comment below suggesting some comic book issues for me to catch up on, yeah, I would definitely want to download them on my Marvel app. So yeah, or even just go to the comic book store. I would love to check it out. So please do.
No, that would be really cool. And even with me, I'm always up for, like, I've read only a few Cap comic books where he's been in it, and even with Marvel Ultimate Alliance where he was in them, and it was really interesting. I mean, even in the Civil War comics, which I will be doing a video about that very soon, so keep posted. If you are excited to see that, give it a thumbs up, definitely subscribe. And and even in the Civil War comics, he was part of it, but he was kind of one of the outsiders who really wasn't involved in it. So he was there, but he wasn't there, if that makes sense.
More like taking a step back.
Yeah, in a way. And I just am very excited to see what Benedict Cumberbatch will bring to the role. And, you know, we know bits and pieces about, you know, who the bad guy is and all that sort of thing. I think from what we gather is it must have been one of the people who trained in the area, because I remember hearing one of the people saying in the trailer, oh, there has been ones that have not succeeded or something like that, and then you see a magician or sorcerer,
one of the villains, one of the sorcerers,
and so I'm very excited to see how it goes. And to be honest, I could not be happier to finally see Stephen Strange on the big screen, and I'm actually more excited to see him with the Avengers.
Oh, that's sick. I'm actually quite excited to see how everything will plot out in Infinity War, and, you know, this is an incredible step for the Marvel Universe, and, man, I'm excited. We're both excited. But, as again, thank you for watching Comic Book Club International present Fan Panel. Oh, I should say, yeah, thank you. Awesome. If you want to leave a comment below what you think of the video, or, as I said, put some comic book series down that I can catch up, or we can catch up and have a bit of a read. You know where to find us on Instagram. If you have any, fan art, please send them through. We would love to upload them, and you'll get a shout out. And I was going to mention, hit the subscribe button below and give a thumbs up. Awesome. Thanks for watching.
Thank you guys, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
Come on, let's kick it, let's all get wicked. Put your hands in the sky for a one-way ticket. Come on!